Hey Virgo, I'm Chris. Welcome to your February Taroscope. Now we're gonna just go ahead and jump right in. It's a good month going up ahead for us. But before I do, I just want to mention a couple things. I'm launching a website next month that's in the works currently. So that means that my Etsy shop, where I'm currently selling readings, is getting shut down. So everything is on a big clearance sale right now, about 30% off, just to get everything out of there. So once the inventory is gone, it's done. So if you're interested in reading, check those out there. As well as I'm offering mini readings, mini love readings for the month of February. So you can check that out on my Etsy shop as well. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I have a lot of tarot related content, weekly readings posted there going up on my Instagram. As well as your donations have been life changing and really just make me feel so good. And if you want to help support the channel, you can go ahead and do that there. All right. So guys, Virgo, February. While I was meditating on your guys' sign, a couple of things came up for me, right? And I want to kind of start the reading with talking about those. First of all, I think you guys are on the cusp of something big, right? I think Virgo is on the cusp of birthing something really big. I think you guys have been building and building and building, and February is going to see the start of you really moving forward in a big way, and especially with regards to the material world. So I think this could be changes to your living situation. I think this could particularly be changes to your career, and not just changes, but advancements. I think this month is really big for Virgo to pay attention to your happiness and pay attention to your joy. You guys know Tupac, how he had that tattoo, Thug Life, and how Thug Life stood for the hate you give little infants fucks everyone. When I was thinking about you guys, when I was meditating on Virgo, I was thinking about the love you give yourself helps everybody. So Virgo, you guys want to help people, you want to give back to the world, and the way to do that best right now in February is to actually care for yourself, right? Especially taking care of your physical body. I think a lot of you should go to physicals this month, go to the dentist if you haven't been to one in a while. Just go full on and check all the things you can about your body. But in a lighter sense, get a massage. You know, it's about a pleasure. It's about relaxing yourself, right? Get your freak on this month, Virgo. Seriously, that pleasure, that fulfillment of your physical self is going to go a long way for you this month. Because I think there's this energy of correspondence with Virgo this month. And what I mean by correspondence is one thing kind of affects another. There's a ripple effect between things with Virgo this month. So basically, having fun with your friends translates into you giving a lot into your relationship, right? Connection is very big for you guys this month. Putting effort into your job is going to translate into you taking care of your body. There's this give and take right now with different areas of your life, Virgo, where if you nurture other certain parts of your life, you will see the ripple effect in other areas of your life. It'll invigorate you, it'll empower you, and it'll make you feel good. What did I say, Virgo, about on the cusp of birthing something? Are you joking? Look at this here. We have the world, but I mean literally she's preggers. Are you on the cusp of birthing something, Virgo? This is exactly what I felt coming into this, that you guys, there's a move away from an older way of being, an older identity. It's you guys, with the world, it's not say endings with death, right? Because with death, it's things need to be cut away, things aren't working anymore, that kind of thing. But with the world, it's a completion, right? It does imply a sort of leveling up. It does sort of imply I'm done with this phase, I've done with this part of my life, and now I'm ready for what's next. So Virgo, I think this is why it's important for you to really nurture yourself right now, and really important for you to pay attention to your connections and feel really strong and invigorated, because there's so much promise right now with Virgo. In February, you guys are going to really be feeling it's like I'm feeling the future coming towards me. It's I don't have my hand in exactly what I want yet, but I'm feeling it, and my hand is there, and maybe I do have my hand in it. It's not totally in my circle yet, it's not in my sphere of influence, but I'm grasping something. I know what I'm about, I know what I'm doing, and I feel like I know what's going on for me. I feel like I can feel Virgo, maybe you're also a little energized and like a little verbal diarrhea this month, so be careful with that, right? But I do sense here, guys, that something big is coming your way. A lot of happiness is coming your way. The sun in our position of the ideals. So this is what I mean when I say that something new is coming, right? You're on the verge of something new with the sun. Yes, we are enjoying our pleasure, and again, what I said about pleasure, right? With the sun, it's like laying out in the sun and feeling the warm rays on your skin. And what I said also about getting your sexual pleasure, getting that vitamin D, Virgo. Pleasure, happiness, joy. And I think that you guys are like feeling invigorated and feeling motivated. So whether you're like feeling happier now than you have in a while, or even in the opposite, like not feeling so great, either way, the motivation for you right now is happiness, and it is success, and it is your joy. Virgo, I think you've got like big ambitions right now. I think that you're with these two cards together. There's just a sense of leveling up. There's a sense of pushing forward in life, a sense of what do I do now? How can I go further in my career? How can I make more money? How can I, take this relationship to the next level? How can I put myself out into the world in a way that gets me closer to my dreams and my goals? And Virgo, again with the sun, I'm looking at the child on the horse, and I'm seeing like that sense of play that I was talking about, that sense of pleasure, that sense of just sort of innocence and caring for yourself. And is it not a coincidence that I said the hate you give little infants, right? The love you give yourself, Virgo, nurturing your inner child, taking care of you and what you need. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to like push people away or like neglect others, right? It just means that pleasure is the name of the game for you in February, right? Joy, there's a balance that needs to happen, right? And you guys get it. You work hard, but you also have to like take time out to enjoy what you worked for. And Virgo, this month is going to be very important for you to sort of emphasize a little more the pleasure part, emphasize a little more the enjoyable part of life. Coming up in our past year, Virgo, look at what I was just saying about how we're moving towards towards something new, how things are changing for the better, the wheel of fortune. So things have happened, Virgo, I think in the past few months, the past few weeks, that have either, you know what I said about grasping towards the future, like it's there, but you maybe have a hand in it, but it's not totally there. With the wheel, it's like turning, right? And that's a good analogy for what I was saying. The wheel is turning in your favor. You see it turning in your favor. You've known that things are getting better, and you sense like this thing coming towards you that's so great and so positive, and just has so many blessings. And this is what I was trying to say about the sun as well, right? The way that I lost my train of thought. I'm talking very fast. I don't know why. The way that Virgo, because I'm excited, I'm energized, right? I've been doing sober January, so like I'm so clear-headed and energized. It's not even funny. Like I need to like actually maybe have a drink and shut up a little bit because I'm just like ah. So Virgo. What I was trying to say here was I don't remember. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. But there's an entryway. You see in this card how there's like a doorway. It's sort of like a portal into a new reality. And I think you're taking on new roles right now, Virgo. I think there's a big emphasis on the future. There's a big emphasis on really wanting to build and create and move towards something better. I think that, what I was saying with the sun, where even if like you're not happy now, how you're motivated by the happiness, right? Having this wheel of fortune in a way is like getting a taste of blood, right? Seeing that wheel start to turn like gives you an idea of what is possible, gives you an idea of happiness that you're capable of having, gives you an idea of love that you're capable of having, gives you an idea of what's keeping you from your abundance, what's keeping you from your success right now. So whether whether things lately have been positive or negative, in the big picture, Virgo, I think that it's all pushing you towards a new way of being and a new way of living, and a new sort of, I feel like there's a new role. There's like a new identity, right? The identity is, though, a person who is abundant. The identity is a person who is loved and feels loved. The identity is of a person who gets appreciation and validation in their job, right? Who makes the money that they're supposed to be making. Who there's almost this sense of worth, this sense of like quality of like you knowing that you're quality, right? You knowing that what you have to offer to the world and to a partner, to whatever, is quality. And here we have the Ace of Wands. So fired up, like I've been saying, right? Opportunity is coming your way. Virgo, I think your mind right now is on the greatness that life has to offer. I think a lot of you could have been feeling a rekindled passion, right? Again, whether it was, negative or positive, what I mean is like work is going well and you want to move up, or your job is like fucking you over and now you realize it's time to get out. No matter what it is, Virgo, there's been a fire that's been lit under your ass, and now you're really driven. There's like a rekindling of passion. So even if part of that passion is anger, even if part of that passion is because part of me feels like Virgo hasn't been having the best time for the past few months, that things have been a little difficult, that you might have been feeling undervalued, you might have been feeling a little lonely or a little neglected, right? Maybe you guys have been wanting love and it hasn't been coming your way, right, for a while, and now you're feeling like the passion returned to you. Now you're feeling like this joie de vivre, this excitement for life, right? This joy, this pleasure of just being alive and all the possibilities that life has to offer you right now. And the High Priestess in reverse. So sort of being in your head, Virgo. Surprise, Virgo in their head? No, who would have thought? But with the High Priestess in reverse, we're in our head, we're in our subconscious, we're thinking, we're considering, we're reflecting, but it's kind of not getting us anywhere, right? It's more of sort of a sense of being a little static, of being a little overwhelmed by your thoughts, being a little overwhelmed by your feelings, maybe feeling like you're getting a lot of stimuli and a lot of information, right? Like you know what you need to do, but almost like the weight of the actions you have to take, the weight of the thoughts, the weight of the feelings has been putting you in a place where you feel like out of sorts with yourself, right? And now you see what I'm talking about, how this opportunity with the fire of the wands, whether good or bad, where the passion that it stirs up in you is making you realize, sort of with the High Priestess in reverse, what doesn't work for you anymore. Like I said with the Wheel of Fortune as well, how you're getting a sense of the possibilities that are available to you. So now, like, we've been in this place maybe a little while, Virgo, like I said, a little depressed with the High Priestess in reverse, right? A little, like, confused feeling, a little in your feelings, a little, like, distracted, a little bit, like, just not your most active, productive, mentally productive self. All that mental energy kind of just like burning you out more so than actually being productive. But what this says to me also, though, Virgo, because we have the High Priestess, no matter whether it's in reverse or not, you are actually taking the time to reconnect to the things that are important to you, and you're actually reconnecting to yourself. This is an extension of what I was saying about the love you give yourself, Virgo. Prioritizing your needs is a way of giving yourself love. Prioritizing your feelings and accepting them as valid, and accepting like that your intuition and your intellect is super strong. And so when you know that something is right, like you know that it's right, and when something's wrong, you know that it's wrong. So you might have been ignoring your instincts a little bit, maybe because again it's a little overwhelming. Maybe you just don't want to think about it. Maybe there are things that you have to come to terms with, Virgo, that you don't really want to. Like I said, that job's not working. This relationship is weird. I'm lonely. I need to make more money, whatever it is that you've kind of been pushing aside. Like, to me, the High Priestess in reverse is also like very repressed emotions, repressed feelings. Like, and you guys are a sign, I think, that is frequently maybe puts your puts your feelings and puts your heart a little bit to the side to get shit done. And I'm telling you, Virgo, this month is all about you pushing towards happiness, right? Not putting your feelings aside, using anger, using sadness, whatever the feelings that you are having, using it as a motivation, right? Because sadness is healthy, anger is healthy. Sadness tells us what's not working. Sadness tells us what we need to fix. So if you've been feeling that way, Virgo, it's time to fix the things that are weighing down on you emotionally. And here at our turning point, we have the Eight of Swords. So you see what I mean about being stuck in your head. You see what I mean about feeling limited. I think you guys are a sign that needs to feel progress. You need to feel growth. You're a mutable earth, right? And what does mutable earth do? It grows, it changes, it evolves slowly, yes, and prudently, yes. But it still has to change, it still has to shift, it still has to evolve. So now when we have all this fiery energy, all this movement, all this bright energy with the sun as well, right? All this sense of what the potential is that's growing inside of you. And then when you feel yourself being here, it's like, we're not fucking having that, Virgo. No one has time for you to be limiting yourself. No one has time for you to be holding yourself back from potential, from opportunities. I think you guys might have been like deliberately like just, I don't want to say complacent, but maybe a little complacent, right? Maybe so stuck in your head that things aren't happening, things aren't changing as much as you'd like them to. And just look at the difference here between these cards, right? Movement in a way, growth, potential, evolution, change. And then at the bottom of it, we have limited thoughts. We have self-imposed restrictions, like doubt is here, I think, Virgo. Insecurities are here. The thing you need to not do right now, Virgo, is limit yourself. The thing you need to do is put yourself out into as many possible situations as you can, and allow the situation itself to determine, whether that's the path or not you're going down. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, we also have things that are sort of out of your control a little bit. A fate takes a hand here, right, with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like that saying, there's a big percentage of success is luck, and the harder you work, the luckier you get. That's the balance that I'm talking about here. I'm not saying to not put in effort, but I am saying to do your best and put yourself out there in as many situations as you can, whether you're trying to date or whether you're looking for new work, or whether you're just looking to feel happier, take on hobbies and stuff. Right now is the time, Virgo, to experiment. Now is the time to allow yourself to just go in any direction that your imagination can come up with, and then let the outside world determine whether or not it works for you or not, right? Don't hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself back, Virgo. Do you see this with the Knight of Swords? Do you just look at this? Look at this kinetic energy. Look, I just bit my tongue. I mean, that's very Knight of Swords energy, right? To be talking so much that you kind of bite your own tongue. This guy moves, but sometimes he hurts himself, right? He communicates, but sometimes he stumbles over his words. Also, this is very Gemini energy. So if you guys are involved with the air sign, especially, even if not, it's just this mercurial energy that is sort of like the Knight of Swords kind of leaps right over this wall of swords that the Eight of Swords created. This is almost very typical Gemini Virgo energy, right? This practical, like, no, we can't do that, a little critical of Virgo, and Gemini's like, let's do everything, fuck it, let's just try it out. So Virgo, whether or not you have a Gemini in your life who's maybe giving you a little wind under your ass, or it could be an Aquarius, Libra, right? Any air sign, but typically I always associate the Knight of Swords specifically with sign of Gemini. Either way, it's time to embrace that energy, that like go-getter, not thinking twice. The Knight of Swords trusts himself. He trusts his intellect. He communicates. He talk about putting yourself out there, Virgo. Talk about being outgoing. Talk about acting first and thinking later. And it's not to do things recklessly, right? This guy sometimes stumbles, right? But look at the precision of that sword. He knows the direction he's going in. He's confident in what he's doing. And will he trip up sometimes? Sure. But will he also get really far really fast? Right? Yeah, he will, because he trusts his horse. He knows that this thing is steady. Look at the wind under that thing's feet. It's moving. So Virgo, it's not about being stupid. It's not about not thinking about the consequences, but it's about like throwing a little bit of caution to the wind. Not caution to the wind. I would say throwing doubt to the wind, throwing insecurities to the wind, throwing this thing where you second guess yourself. That's what you're throwing to the wind. This critical, this super critical part of you that's gonna want to jump in and say, hey, be careful, don't do that. Hey, you might fail. Hey, you might get rejected. Virgo, this month is like time to not pay attention to that other part of your mind as much as possible and really just go for it. And here we are, Virgo, with the King of Cups, and I think this represents you. So again, I mean, it's not an earth sign, but I think this represents you in the reading. Just the way like this card could represent someone else in your life, but also I think with the court cards, they are people in our lives, but people who in a way like mirror parts of ourselves. So with this person, right, like maybe it's an actual person invigorating you, but it also brings something out of you that person represents. With the King of Cups, Virgo, I think you guys are ready to fucking manifest. I think you're in this month of February, you're going to feel love. You're going to feel, look at the way he's like pointing to his heart, right? This is a king who gives a lot of love to people, but like when I'm looking at him right now, look at where he's pointing his finger at his own heart, at his own chest. He's emotionally balanced. He's emotionally stable. And this is what drives you forward, Virgo. This is what helps your confidence. This could be a person in your life who makes you feel supported, who makes you feel loved, who makes you feel cared for, and who drives you forward, right, to make you feel good. So in a way, this could also be another person who gives this to you. But Virgo, what I think this more so is you're coming to a place where your emotions are stable and you're balanced and you're thinking clearly. I do think February is a month for you guys to feel a lot of romance and feel a lot of sensuality and feel a lot of pleasure. Like I said from the start, right? The King of Cups is the king of pleasure. He's like that king at the feast who just wants to raise his cup and say, everybody make merry. Have sex, drink up, eat well, like we're rich, we're abundant, like enjoy yourself, enjoy life. So Virgo, you see what I'm saying about the need for joy, the need of pleasure. And I think that what this also is showing is financial success. So Virgo, if you embrace this energy, if you embrace putting yourself out into the world and just going for it, whether we're talking about dating, whether we're romance, whether we're talking about a career or whatever else it could be, look at the reward that you get. Look at the stability you get. Look at the strength you get. Look at the emotional power and abundance you get. You get this full cup. You get this guy with the crown on his throne when you just let yourself go. So overall, looking at the whole spread, and I'll point the camera down in a moment, looking at this whole spread, guys, it's a big transformative energy, big passion, big movement. We have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Sun, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Knight of Swords. Movement, kinetic energy, just non-stop, like growth and mutable energy, right, Virgo? And then on top of that, passion, like warmth with the Sun, warmth with the Ace of Wands. The world has all the potential in the world for us to be whatever we want. And last but not least, we have strength. So 2 Leo cards here back to back. So we're going full circle and now we're back to this Leo energy. So if there is a Leo in your life, I think that they could play an important role, particularly with regards to, again, redundant, particularly with regard to career aspirations. So if you have a Leo that's close to you or like a boss, they could be somebody who's very important to you. But Libra. Okay, maybe if you're dealing with the Libra, that's important too, Virgo. But more so, do you see now how you have like this strength, this willpower, this discipline, this sort of Virgo drive and passion and plotting strong energy. And what is it moving towards? It's happiness. So that's what motivates you guys this month. That's what is going to fuel you. I think that with strength, what you're going to see going through February is a lot of growth and a lot of transformation. And it's going to be like, what now? What now? What now? I did that. Now what? I accomplished that. Now what? I set this goal for myself and I accomplished it. Now what can I do? With strength, it's just more and more and more discipline, more energy, more drive to just move forward. And look, the bears kind of match there. Hey. To move forward, to create the life that you want for yourself. Lots of strength here, Virgo, lots of power, lots of motivation to just live your best life. The bottom of the deck, hey, there you guys are. King of Pentacles, this is what you've been doing, right? And this I like, but you see how there's a different tone between these two kings? Practical, grounded, taking care of people, a provider. How Virgo can you get with this card, right? But do you see the difference with the King of Cups? I'm a little more passionate, a little more romantic, a little more sensual. And so what this is saying to me is like, this is sort of what you guys have been. This is sort of what you've been doing, right? The practical thing, the grounded thing, the sensible thing. And now it's time to just like let a little bit of that part of you go. Of course, Virgo, you're not going to stop being that person. We know that. But let a little bit of that go in favor of some excitement this month, some stimulation, some sexy good times, Virgo. Okay, so let me point the camera down so you guys can see all this movement, all this like wheel of energy that's just so moving. You see, we start here with the overall theme, the world. So things are coming to an end, things are closing. You're ready for the next chapter, Virgo. And here we have focus on the happiness and joy and pleasure is what you want, is where your head is at. And I think that's why this is possible, right? Because this is something that you need to give yourself right now. This is the balance that you need to give yourself, Virgo, by going here. And I think you know it. I think you know you've been here for a while and this has been productive, but there's sort of this part of it is lacking, this connection to people, this connection to joy and fun and just free-spirited energy of the love of what you do, right? Not just the work of it, right? But with the pleasure it brings you. And here we have like just this movement towards passion, towards excitement, and a little bit of being stuck, a little bit of being in our head, being in our energy. And that's why this gusto is important. That's why this like fuck it attitude, devil may care, just go for it and let things happen as they will, and trust in yourself and trust in your intuition because it's super strong and you know what you're doing. And like you just will have everything under control. On here there's two, like a dichotomy here, right, of things just happening and then things being under your control. So by letting things happen, Virgo, you actually come to this place where now you're more in control, where just you accept invitations to things, you let the universe kind of just like put things in your lap and go where you may. And then what it does to you when you have this sense of pleasure and balance and stability within yourself, now you have control again. And going into March, you can just go march forward, no pun intended, like strong and grounded again. And now like that you've given yourself this pleasure and passion, you come back to this point where you're moving forward in a new way and in a really warm, excited, happy way, right? So Virgo, let's just wrap this up with one outcome card to see like an overall outcome for the month and what you have to look forward to in regards to that. The sun is setting. I like it. It feels very like a cool vibe in here. I like the very like chill energy, right? Because it goes with this reading. I just think that a lot of things that happen during the readings have been like meaningful to the reading itself, and I don't think it's any coincidence here that the sun is setting and things are getting cool and the light is getting a little softer, and because Virgo, it's softer energy for you guys this month. All right, here we go. outcome, Two of Pentacles. So you see, guys, this rest is not going to last for long. You're going to be taking up projects. You're going to be moving. I think you guys are going to be feeling in February real synergy with other people. So whether this is a loved one, whether this a group of friends, or whether this is like a work situation, there's a lot of harmony with somebody else. I think one person in particular, Virgo, that makes you feel stable, that makes you feel secure. That, to me, with the Two of Pentacles, there's a possibility for growth. It's the potential of the Ace of Pentacles put into motion. And so this is what I meant when I said that, like, when you give yourself love, it helps everybody. Do you see the way that these energies are intertwined, and they kind of depend on each other, and they balance each other out? So, Virgo, this month, just expect that, you don't, when I say, like, to let yourself wild and be a little loose, I can almost feel the resistance, but just, you have to trust that by the end of this month, you're going to be more in control than ever. You're going to feel more balanced than ever. You're just going to have everything you need, and you're going to be moving forward, Virgo, in a big way. I think particularly, like, there's some strength here in unions. So whether you make a relationship official, or whether your relationship becomes something more than it has been, Virgo, there's it's almost like these two pentacles are giving a big warm hug to each other right now, and you're gonna feel that love, you're gonna feel that connection, you're gonna feel that support. So make sure you do nurture your relationships this month, okay? Virgo, beautiful reading. I'm so excited for you guys. You deserve all this. You've done so much hard work, and now, like, it's time to enjoy life and enjoy your pleasure and just reap the fucking benefits of what you've been doing. All right, so once again, super discounted readings until the end of the month, so check that out in the description below, as well as mini love readings if you want to see what's coming up for you there. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I love to hear from you guys. I like commenting back too. It's amazing. PayPal donations as well. Instagram, I love it there as well when you guys follow me, and I love your responses. You guys love the weeklies. I love getting the responses. I put the weekly readings on my Instagram story, and I love the response I've been getting from those. Have been so great. Virgo, keep your head up, because things are changing in a big way, and I think you guys know that, and I think you've been sensing it for a while, and I think that you're just kind of tired of the way things have been, and things have felt maybe a little static, and things have felt a little like you're ready to push to the next level. You don't stay still for long, Virgo, and if you have been still for a little while, it's time to be like the wind and just let yourself be carried forward. You're mercurial energy, right? You're mutable energy. You have to change, you have to evolve, you have to keep going to feel alive. All right, guys, I love you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Check out my Aquarius season video. I really enjoy doing that. I'll put a link for it here, as well as I'm posting weekly readings, so check those out as well. All right, guys, you take care. Wish you the best. You're amazing. You know that. I love you so much. Bye-bye.